7:35. We've got a crowd in the studio. I want to welcome to mic number 3, Kaylee Jackson. And if you heard our Saturday programming at 8:30, Catch the Madness with Kaylee. Well, here she is in person, folks. Hey.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing good this morning. How about everybody?
Good.
Good. So,
tell us about the show. We're up on show number 13 already tomorrow, and we've been
rocking and rolling, haven't we?
I dial the phone and keep the knobs turning, and Kaylee does the talking. We've had phone calls from Louisiana to New York to Pennsylvania to the Carolinas and in Georgia and all over
the country.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning at 8:30, we bring you the best of the hunting fishing world that we can book, and like for anybody that has a hunting and fishing show to be, get up with us about it, and we'll put you on the air. But it's more about trying to teach people what is on the market and advise people that there's more to it than just picking up a gun or a bow every Saturday or Sunday morning and getting out in the world. There's a lot of stuff that you got to do to prepare for it.
Yes, indeed.
Let's talk a little bit about hunter education. There's a course coming up at Fredberry Center on August 29th. Are you a big advocate for making sure people have their...
Oh, absolutely. If the law states if you were born after 1969, you do have to have your hunter's ed, certification. But if you've never been hunting, I would advise anybody to go down there and just take the class. I'm not sure if it's 4 or 8 hours. I'm not sure on the state.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, so
Saturday
it's
the 29th.
9 hours. So an hour for lunch. But anyway, if you've never been out hunting, I would advise you to go down there and take that. If you've been hunting and just need a refresher course, sure, I say, all for it. Everybody needs to get out there and be the best you can be and make sure you're safe, make sure people in the woods are safe with you, and we don't want no accidents.
Sometimes you run into things where, you've learned to hunt from Uncle Buff, taught you how to hunt.
Oh,
well, he taught you his way.
Correct.
And while he may have been a great hunter, he may not have taught you the way you probably actually should be doing it. So a class this would be a great thing.
It is, and, my grandfather taught me over 45 years ago, and, things have changed over the 45 years. You got more higher-powered rifles now than you did back in that day, and, the bow system is a lot different than it was back then. Fred Bear was a great inventor of compound bow, and couldn't have done it without him, but bows even are such a, the kinetic energy of a bow can hurt you.
Yeah.
If you're shooting, 20 yards at 273 feet per second, that's you don't have time to move,
And that's a lot of energy, too.
It is.
One of your main sponsors, Steady Form. We're talking about bows. I pulled it up here. You want to tell us about Steady Form?
Steady Form is a company out of the state of New Jersey. Nick Albanese said something, I've got to come up with a product that's going to help people from torquing their bow left to right, up or down, and keeping it steady when you're shooting, because the worst thing you can do is make a bad shot with a bow, because it's a lot different than making a bad shot with a gun. A gun, you can make a bad shot and still have pretty much an 85% chance of recovery on it. With a bow, you make a bad shot, you may have a 40% chance of recovery. So Nick come out with a product after working on it for several years, and this fits onto your stabilizer in the stabilizer area or to your string, and what it does is keep you from torquing your bow up, down, left to right, and keeps you steady once you've got that bow drawn back for 30 seconds to up to 5 minutes or beyond. So. It's a confidence booster. It's it's beyond words that I can describe to you, but it's more of a confidence booster for me, because I'm good with my bow, but holding it back at 60 yards for 5 minutes, that's pretty hard,
Yeah.
So you can take it off, you can leave it on. Now, a lot of the 3D leagues do not allow this product on there, but nobody likes change in the bow industry. They didn't like Fred Bear when he come out with the compound, because everybody thought you had to do a recurve or longbow. So it just takes a lot of getting used to. But Steady Form is a great product, great company, great customer service. You couldn't find any better.
One of the shows I think I enjoyed most of recording, of course I listen in while you talk so I can maintain the audio level, was Whiskey Run Custom Duck Calls.
Oh.
That was a fun show to produce.
Wes, Gunny Sergeant Wes Hutchinson is a Marine. He's been in the Marine Corps for 17 years. He got injured while, on duty. So he said, he could do a lot of stuff, but he couldn't do the stuff that the Marine Corps needed him to do. So he enjoyed, doing woodworking. So he went out and started turning some stuff. Come out with about 5 products now as far as calls on the market, and he's also got, shaving kits, pens. He's got anything you can name as far as woodworking equipment. And Wes is just a good old boy. He is like the rest of us down here in Mountain Home and Flippin, Arkansas. He just wants to make it in this world, and he's going to do whatever it takes to make it in this world. And this is really a great company to support and, get down in this area, because I think he would really do well, with the calls. And plus, these guys over here want the shaving kits, so,
Jerry don't.
Yeah, Jerry don't ever shave.
These guys may have been a little bit over-inclusive.
And then I got my husband over here looking like Uncle Si, but,
That's all right.
But he makes great products, and I can't say enough about Wes.
Sure.
I mean, they're like family.
Disabled veteran is always a good thing to support.
It is.
You want to support the local guy. We're big local business type fans here, and that's a good way to help do that. It's just help the little guy.
Yeah, mom and pops. That's what makes the world. Mom and pop stores, and if you start out and you may think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. But I promise you, you will make it if you just stick with it and you find the right people to support you and you find the right people to promote you. That's the key, finding the right people to promote your business. And so if you're a mom and pop and you're really down on your, thinking, I'm not going to do this is not working, just give it a little bit longer, because that one person will come along and say, hey, I think you're the best, and let's get this rolling.
Yeah.
Well, now with us knocking on September's door, we've got about another month of summer. We've got fall ahead of us, and then we start winter. What's your plans on hunting? You going to Texas, Arizona, New Mexico? Are you going north? What are you going to be doing?
Our hunting season starts the first week of September with dove, of course, and then I'll probably shoot up to Missouri and do some early goose hunting up there.
Northwest Missouri?
Well, it's all over the state, but I'll probably hunt down in the southern part of Missouri.
Really?
So I'm going to do that, and then I've got a trip coming up at the end of September after our bow season starts here in Arkansas. I'm going to Tennessee to hunt with Rocky and Jamie Burris of Sweet Addiction Outdoors. They have the Sweet Addiction TV show on the Pursuit channel. We're going to go hunt. I'm going to go hunting down there, and then I'm going to Georgia to do some hog hunting with some friends of ours, and then I'm going to New York for a couple of trips to New York to do both gun and bow, and then I'm going to be hunting with some guys out of Alabama and North Carolina. One of them has connections with SHR. If you're familiar with who SHR is, that's Stewart House Racing. So I'll be hunting with those guys and getting to meet everybody on that team.
Cool.
Wow.
Full plate? You get a little fishing in there too, or?
I'm going to get a little fishing in there. I've always loved to fish. I started, again, at a young age, but, fishing is different up here in this area because this is the trout capital of the United States.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
You've got Ranger bass boats, you got Bass Cat, you got Legend, you got the whole 9 yards up here. So if you don't fish, I don't know what about you, but you gotta, you gotta fish up here. So yeah, I love to fish.
Supreme and the rivers. Have you been on the rivers?
Oh yeah, the White River. We do a lot of trout fishing on the White River. Bull shows. We do a lot of bass fishing. We'll go down to Norfolk Fort to do a lot of catfishing and
big stripers.
Big stripers down there, and we're lucky to have a lot of great people on our team that does everything.
The dumbest question you'll ever be asked: what do you do on vacation?
Earl, do we even take a vacation?
Change oil on the truck, or
living the dream. It is vacation.
Yeah, every day at our house is a vacation.
Right.
my ranch manager and vice president and my husband is here with us too. And when we go somewhere, it's just to get away from the phones, the internet, everything. We want to be free and clear of everything. So just time to just relax and put up our feet and
go out hunt and fish a little bit.
Yeah, go out and hunt and fish a little bit. Yeah.
What do you do for relaxation? Back into the run.
Yeah, out in the woods. I've always got my phone just for that case that something happens to me in the tree stand or something, and I'm like, I'll be texting my husband. Did you hear that? Yeah, shut up. I'm not talking. I'm texting.
We're going to take a quick break. Stick around. More fun when we get back. 7:48. The house is full. Jerry, what you got? How you
Well, the Dallas Cowboys played their preseason game last
Dallas
night.
has a football team?
Yeah. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
And we did. How?
I don't know.
Jerry's got to go to bed a little early.
I just like telling Dale Dallas Cowboys are a football team, and they're out there.
Is Dale not a fan? Are you not a fan of the Cowboys, Dale?
No.
Oh, from the South and not a fan from the
You're
Cowboys.
outnumbered
who do you
today,
like,
buddy.
I right now I'm a Green Bay fan, but growing up,
Oh, my gosh.
yeah.
I'm a Green Bay fan, too, to
Oh,
be honest.
Lord.
I loved
But
Brett
here-
Favre for a long time.
Here's
Oh,
the
Oh,
deal.
yeah, well, he's from my home state, so, yeah, kind of have to do that.
See,
Give the
there you
boy a
go.
shout
We
out.
got
All
connection.
these cheeseheads.
Growing up though in
Arkansas.
St. Louis, you're a
That
St. Louis
happens.
Cardinal baseball fan.
Oh, yeah.
Whether we
Ozzie
get
Smith
beat-
and...
yeah. Whether you get beat 7 or 10-5 last night or not, No.
It happens.
Oh man, we had our tail feathers plucked by 2 outs in the top of the first last night. They hit us with 7 runs in the top of the first.
Pirates
my.
are a good team.
So are the
Oh,
Cubs.
yeah.
The Cubs are on like a 7-game roll right now. 7 in a row for Chicago. They're closing the gap. It's
I'm going to
be-
stick with the home team of the Braves.
Yeah, Atlanta. You like Atlanta?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody over there shaking their head about Atlanta.
Who do you like, Daryl?
St. Louis and New Orleans.
He said Texas Rangers. Way to go, Daryl.
No, he said St. Louis. Well, let's talk about Flippin. We got some the Flippin Citizen Appreciation Day takes place tomorrow.
Yes, sir, absolutely. The Flippin Police Department decided that they wanted to give back to the community, and they've actually done all this all by themselves. I'm just here to talk about it. They're going to be cooking for the community. They're going to be cooking hot dogs and hamburgers, and they're going to be getting in the dunk tank. So if any of you ever wanted to dunk a cop, this is your opportunity. I think that's going to probably be really popular.
Oh, yeah, that'll be real popular.
I think some of them are afraid they'll be too popular because I actually picked the dunk tank up yesterday, and that tank's pretty deep. So
Do we get to pick the cop?
you can pick the time in which they're in. They all have little scheduled times, and I'll let you know. We'll also have bounce houses available for kids. We have 2. We have a small one for the little kids and a big one with a slide for the older kids.
Wow.
And we'll have some face painting. And that day, admission to the swimming pool from 11 to 2 is free at our city park. And that'll all happen at, yes, sir, that'll all happen at Hickey Park. I think it's a wonderful thing for them to actually want to interact with the community on a more personal level, cooking and serving food and working with the kids, and they're really excited about it.
Well, we had wouldn't you know the phone goes ringing while we're on the air. We had the school resource officers from Mountain Home here.
Was it Perry D's? Oh, from Mountain Home. I'm sorry, I was
Mountain
thinking
Home.
Flippin. Okay.
Yeah, and we were talking about how that program has changed the persona of the citizens to the police. When I was in high school, it was the pigs, fuds, cops, all kinds of derogatory remarks. But with the school resource program and getting kids to be familiar with what the police do and that they're actually helping us, they're not against us, they're for us, not against us. Now, I run the stop sign, yeah, I'm going to get a ticket, or going too fast, And that's what we have to understand. And stuff like this for the police department to do that establishes a better relationship to the citizens.
Right, and it really does. And our chief's been talking about doing something for a while. He had all kinds of wonderful ideas. He thought this would be the best way to engage a large amount of people, though, at one time. So they're very excited. They'll be out there early in the morning Saturday cooking. Walmart was wonderful enough to donate the hot dogs and hamburgers to us.
Wow.
Which was
Good job,
great
Walmart.
because they had to come up with the money to rent everything themselves out of their budget. So that was also a big deal.
And we know that a police department's budget is really overflowing with money, don't we?
So not. But sitting on city council, it's a tough deal, how you pick and choose.
Take the cushions off the couch at home and see how much change you come up with, right?
Well, I hate to say
Almost.
that. Yeah, I hate to say that, but we're Flippin. We're very small, so we don't have a big budget to begin with,
but
and we're super proud of our officers. So.
Yeah, and they put their life on the line. You don't know what's going to happen in Flippin or Yellville or Gassville or Mountain Home.
Well, as a retired cop myself, it's to the point now in today's society that every time they put on their duty belt, they may not come home to their families.
Yeah. Right. And you hear about that so often. Flippin's a unique situation. Although we are a small town, because Ranger Boat is in close proximity, and we have the only Walmart Supercenter in Marion County, we have a lot of influx of people that actually aren't from Flippin. So although our population is only a little over 1,200, on any given day we did a traffic study, we could have anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000 people coming through the town. So that makes our little police department very important.
Right.
Folks, this is going to be a reciprocal. The police are doing this for Flippin, but Flippin need to come out and support the police.
Absolutely, and that's what we're hoping will happen. We've we obviously can't afford any advertising, so we've just been talking to a lot of folks and doing some flyers, and I'm here talking to y'all today. So
great, and that takes place tomorrow. Let me just read the brochure here. Flippin Citizens Appreciation Day, Saturday, August 15th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Hickey Park, sponsored by the Flippin Police Department. Come on out and dunk a cop, enjoy hot dogs, hamburgers, bounce houses for the kids, swimming pool from 11 to 2 is free, have face painting, all kinds of fun activities. Cool.
The dunk of cops is going to be very popular, so I expect a line.
They're going to be standing in line for that.
You have to actually be able to throw the softball, but little kids can get pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can get Kaylee out there with her bow and just start dunking.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
I could just see a softball at the end of that arrow.
Yeah. Oh, I've actually seen that before. My boyfriend's an avid hunter, and he's done that.
Yeah, there's a lot of tricks that you learn, to make your aim better. So ping pong, softballs, baseballs, anything that you can get,
I can't hunt with a compound, but I have a recurve. I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I mean, anytime you're out in the woods, I don't care what you're hunting with, gun, bow, recurve, crossbow. As long as you're out, that's great.
Right, that's the important part. It really is.
It's getting out in the woods, and that's what we're trying to accomplish with the kids is get them off the couch, get them out of from that TV, and get them in the woods.
You betcha. We're down to the final 40 seconds, real quick. Flippin Appreciation Day tomorrow by the Flippin Police Department, 11 to 2. Hickey Park, coming out, dunk a cop, have hot dogs, hamburgers, lots of fun. Kaylee's show tomorrow at 8:30. Who we talking? Do you remember who we had on for the 15th? I don't remember.
Oh, Drew Hart of Catch the Madness. He's one of my team members. He'll be discussing his DNA taxidermist, and also I do want to mention on the 22nd, we've got a show with Izzard County stick shooters. Women and girls from 12 to whatever age can come out there 8 to 5.
Sounds good. That wraps it up. The weekend is upon us. I hope you all have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday.